This isn't the first time that Aubameyang and Arteta haven't seen eye to eye, but it's certainly the first time that there have been major consequences for Arsenal's highest paid player and captain. Well, former captain now. Hey, I'm Adrian and welcome to Rabona TV. Today we'll quickly go over what's going on at Arsenal between Arteta and Aubameyang, why he was stripped of the captaincy, and why he has been dropped and unavailable for selection for Arsenal's next match, at the very least. He's been dropped indefinitely. And if you wanted to know the ins and outs of Arsenal and the rest of the football world, all the latest breaking news faster than ever, then our sponsors and friends at OneFootball have got you covered. OneFootball's app provides a ton of customization so that all of the news you are getting sent straight to your phone is custom tailored to your liking. Just follow players, competitions, and clubs and get kept up to date on all of the news you care about in the football world. Watch videos like in-depth behind-the-scenes interviews straight from the club, straight from the source, highlights, and even stream matches live in some cases. Also, the January transfer window is around the corner, so you can track transfers on OneFootball and see their rumor rating for each. You get all of this for the price of free. Use the link in the description for a free download on the operating system of your choice and enjoy a life of fast football updates. Thanks again to OneFootball for supporting an independent creator such as myself. Let's go. On Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, Arsenal made the following official club announcement on their website. Following his latest disciplinary breach last week, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will no longer be our club captain and will not be considered for selection for Wednesday's match against West Ham United. We expect all our players, particularly our captain, to work to the rules and standards we have all set and agreed. We are fully focused on tomorrow's match. On that same day, Mikel Arteta held his regular press conference ahead of Arsenal's match against West Ham, and naturally, given the massive announcement on the day, plenty of the questions were surrounding Arsenal's former captain. Let's go over some of Arteta's answers before we get into some of the various times Aubameyang has broken Arteta's rules. When asked about the decision to strip Aubameyang of the captaincy, he said, quote, "I don't have much more to say. I think it's a real clear statement from the club. It's a decision we have made following the last incident that we had with the players, and this is where we stand." When asked about how the dressing room took the news, Arteta said, quote, "They accept the decision, and I think they know because they have committed to it and they have demanded it, that we wanted to take our culture and our demands and who do we want to be as a club and how we want to represent this club to a different level. When those standards are not met, you know you cannot participate in our daily basics." He was asked a ton of questions, but the final two I'll tell you are, when will Aubameyang be back in the squad, and if there is a way back for him? To which Arteta answered, quote, "What I can say for now is that you can understand it is a lot to digest and a really difficult decision to make, so we need a bit of time." And to answer whether there is a way back in for Aubameyang, he said, quote, "What I can't say now is to make the decision that we made is really hurting, and it is still like this, and it needs a bit of time to heal. So for now, he is not involved in the squad." So what did Aubameyang do this time? According to numerous reports, the issue this time came from another trip to France for Aubameyang. Following Arsenal's loss to Everton last week, Aubameyang requested that he would be able to go to France in order to visit his mother and potentially bring her back to England with him. The details of this were not spoken of publicly by Arteta, but according to James McNicholas and David Ornstein of The Athletic, the agreement between Aubameyang and the club was that he would fly to France on Wednesday and return that very same evening in order to make it to training on Thursday afternoon. As McNicholas and Ornstein wrote in the article I've linked to below, Aubameyang did not return on Wednesday. Instead, he caught an early flight on Thursday morning before reporting to London Colney. Sources suggest he was on time for training, but as far as Arsenal were concerned, the infraction had already occurred. The problem was compounded by confusion regarding the COVID-19 protocols. Aubameyang underwent a test in France prior to returning to the UK and believed that would be sufficient for him to resume training immediately on Thursday. Under current guidance, however, a PCR test is required with isolation until receiving a negative result, precluding you from going anywhere, including place of work, in the meantime. I can sympathize in some respects with Aubameyang as, the different types of tests, the different requirements in different countries, the intricacies regarding when to isolate, what tests you need in order to enter a country, etc. They are incredibly confusing and annoying. But perhaps Arsenal should have made it a bit more clear to him maybe some burden of responsibility falls on them. I don't know. Regardless, Aubameyang was unable to make training, even though he was in the country on time, and thus he was left out of the squad for Saturday's match due to a disciplinary breach. I guess in the end, the way Arsenal see it, they asked him to come back Wednesday evening, and he didn't. And this isn't the first time that Aubameyang has had a run-in with the rules at Arsenal. And before that, at Dortmund, where he missed an important team meeting prior to his transfer to Arsenal in January of 2018. Whether he did that to help force his transfer, we don't know, but he was also suspended back in 2016 for taking a trip to Italy without getting the approval of Dortmund. Back in February of this year, Arsenal also investigated internally whether Aubameyang had breached COVID protocols when he got a new tattoo. And then 1 month later, in the North London derby, he was left out of the squad for arriving late at the stadium. There are rumors that he has been late for practice often and that Arteta has bent the rules for him in the past. But like I said, those are rumors from unnamed sources and articles written by honestly reputable journalists. So, take from that particular aspect what you will. Let me repeat. That is speculation, not fact. So Aubameyang took the captain armband from Granit Xhaka after Xhaka's infamous sending off against Crystal Palace, in which he reacted poorly, let's say, toward the Arsenal supporters. Since then, Aubameyang has taken up the mantle at Arsenal, and to mixed reviews, really. Now, there are some captains, or rather leaders, I should say, that lead like a Roy Keane would do, stand by their teammates and ensure their standards are meeting expectations, rally them when they need to be rallied, stand up for them when they need that, lift them when they need picking up, and kick them in the ass when they need it too. There are some captains that lead by example, i.e. via their performances and setting a standard for their teammates. I think it's safe to say that Aubameyang fell into the latter camp, if any, as he was scoring important goals for Arsenal all the way until last season when his performances started to dip, as did the entirety of the Arsenal squad's performances, to be fair, but it's still worth noting. And now, with Aubameyang stripped of captaincy, two things come to mind. Who will take over, and perhaps even more interestingly, how will Aubameyang take to this? Will he respond with conviction, show remorse for his actions, and try to win back the supporters, his manager, and perhaps most importantly, the respect of his teammates? Or will he sulk and feel like he's the victim in an unjust scenario? The measure of Aubameyang as a professional will soon be clear to see, but there are some questioning whether Arteta needed to make this a public matter, which is what I wanted to get your guys' opinion on. Do you think that Arteta has quote-unquote killed Aubameyang in a sense by publicly embarrassing him, by stripping him of captaincy? Or do you feel no sympathy toward Aubameyang as he made his own bed and now he's got to sleep in it? Also, who do you guys think will be the next captain of Arsenal? When asked about this, Arteta said that it was still too fresh to say, but he likes that they have a group of leaders in the squad. Some point to Lacazette, who captained them recently. Some point to Tierney. Some look to Gabriel as a potential captain in the future. Perhaps a return to captaincy for Xhaka, or has he burned too many bridges? I don't know. We'll see. But beyond that, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. A quick update. I will be traveling to see my family on the other side of Canada later this week, but I will have one more video for you this week, so you have something to look forward to still before the weekend recap next Monday. I'm going to still be working even though I'm visiting. But anyways, guys, I thank you for watching and be well. Ciao.